Alright, this is another Star Trek based video. You know me. I don't know you. I'm the Blood Knight of the Old Republic of Bloodganistan. And yeah, I'm talking about the Star Trek movie franchise. The new movies. The new franchise that's been permanently shelved. The one started by Jar Jar fucking Abrams. Now, as entertaining as that was, the first Star Trek movie of that series, aptly named Star Trek, which, yeah, that series, the movie is fucking terrible. It's a good action movie. There's loud noises, explosions, a whole gambit. All shit running around, explosions. Now, Star Trek 2009, it is exactly that. It is, it is, it is just fucking bait. Bait for fucking movie. Bait. It's popcorn fucking bait. With no fucking real substance at all. Now, yeah. I'll admit there were some nice moments. Basically, Into Darkness was just a rehashing of The Wrath of Khan. The most stupid way possible. A guy named Khan Noonien Singh gets fucking whitewashed by fucking Benedict Cumberbatch. No offense to him, but yeah. I would be questioning the sanity of the people hiring me to do the job. Sure, I'd take the money, but it's like, I'm supposed to be a Sikh man. This doesn't fucking make sense. This doesn't make sense at all. No. Yeah. We got a fucking rehashing of that, and it was... What made Wrath of Khan a great movie was that there was back history between Khan and Kirk. Kirk marooned Khan on Ceti Alpha 6, I think it was 6. Ceti Alpha 6. One of the Ceti Alphas. Just fucking escapes me right now. I could name off all the doctors from Hartnell to Capaldi, but I can't fucking name off I don't know if it's Ceti Alpha 5 or 6. I think it was Ceti Alpha 6. I'll go with 6 till I'm corrected. Anyway. There was a back history between Khan and Kirk, and that just added added spice. It blended context to the story. In Into Darkness, we didn't have that context. We had Kirk and Khan meeting for the first fucking time. And aside from being a dick, which Khan was, aside from being a dick, there was no character in their interactions and their fights. There's none of that. And then stupidly they make Khan's blood the cure to death for some reason. Now, thing about radiation. Thing about radiation is it destroys is it tears your cells apart. It breaks apart your DNA into pieces. And that's not good. Breaks apart your cells and you die a horrible death. Now, if you're to save your life from that, to save your life from fatal, very fatal radiation exposure, I honestly don't think that can be done. Because you'd have to go to every cell that was affected and you'd have to repair them all. Now, you could do that with nanites and nanobots, if that technology is available, but fatal radiation exposure is a fucking death sentence. Fucking death sentence. If you don't survive, if you live from that, you're living the rest of your life in horrible agony, pretty much. And cancer. Lots of fucking cancer. Now, now, for a blood transfusion to bring you back to life, that blood would have to work through your entire body. It would have to and it would have to fucking bring you back to fuck. It would have to the blood better be the blood of Christ, because otherwise you're fucking dead. You just are. Fatal radiation exposure is fucking fatal. If not, you're fucking living horribly in agony and pain. I don't know how else to put how I don't know how I don't know how I don't know how to describe to you how terrible radiation poisoning is. I don't know how to conceptualize that. Basically, 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 for the amount of radiation that, basically the amount for radiation poisoning to be outright fatal is to be, if it kills you within a few moments of you being exposed, that you have a few harsh moments before your death, then you fucking die. If you get irradiated and you're living long enough, you live a few weeks. Those are you're gonna die. You're gonna die slowly and horribly. Now, for radiation to be that fatal, it's a lot of radiation. You can't you there's no direct coming back. There's no direct way you can come back from that. I'm sorry. Maybe in the future when nanobot technology exists, sure you could theoretically feasibly come back to, you could be fucking resurrected like a, a fucking phoenix, but that's advanced nanite technology. Basically, your body has to be, you have to be more nanite. You'd be more nanite than man at that point for the amount of nanites it would take to fix your body. It's not happening. Now, when it comes to space science, like, never go full retard. Getting a blood transfusion, I don't care what kind of blood that is. I don't care. I really don't. But if it's blood from a person that's been genetically modified from like the 20th or from the 21st or 22nd century, getting a transfusion of that's not going to save your life from radiation poisoning. It's just not. Even if it does have incredible regenerative processes, or even if the blood does have regenerative capabilities, you're basically, even if that causes a person to, their body to spontaneously begin rebuilding itself exactly perfectly. Oh wait, yeah, all the body's natural regeneration process or regenerative processes have now been just destroyed due to radiation. They fucking no longer exist. They fucking no longer exist. The cells are damaged. The DNA is fucked, pretty much. And there's no way you can come back from that unless you're using unless you're using fucking magic. Now, when Spock came back in the rat, when he came back in the search for Spock, pretty much what had happened to him was pretty much tantamount to fucking magic. What happened was fucking tantamount to fucking magic. With what brought him back with the Genesis device. Now, I don't know if technology can ever reach the point where we can just fire off Genesis devices at planets and get full habitable planets as it rearranges energy and matter all at once. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know how many. I know. I know. I know that terraforming a planet the conventional way would be more cost effective than developing an actual Genesis device that fucking rewrites a fucking planet. Now, then you have Star Trek Beyond. Great. What's a great way to introduce a Star Trek movie? Well, let's destroy the Enterprise. Let's destroy the Enterprise. Yeah, destroy the fucking Enterprise. And then let the crew and whatnot fight it. Then let the crew and whatnot solve their problems on some random ass alien planet. And then let's throw in some action movie shenanigans and a motorbike. We'll throw that in because the director and whatnot is really good. You made the Fast and the Furious movies, or some of them. So yeah, let's try and get the crew down to that. They have to now, yeah, they have to now fix a they have to fix an old Proto NX class ship, which, yeah, I don't really think is fucking canon. That Proto NX class ship, sure, a ship like that could exist, but we don't even see, we don't, it doesn't, it just, doesn't make sense. Oh, and we'll have the main antagonist. He's not gonna be an alien. No, he's gonna be Idris Elba, who's angry at Starfleet for some fucking reason. Because he was in a war and he got disillusioned with Starfleet. And yeah. Yeah. Now the big problem of the Star Trek movies, big problem is that they break up the trinity of Kirk, Spock, and Bones. You had Spock, the voice of logic and reason. You had Bones, the voice of emotion. And you had Kirk as an arbiter between the two of them. It made sense. It worked. He was the balance, but now we replace that trinity with a fucking love triangle with fucking Uhura. Because that of all things makes fucking sense. A love triangle with Kirk and Spock. Now, as much as Kirk was a ladies' man, he fucking kept shit professional for the most part. Lot of the chicks he was getting with, I don't remember them being directly under his command. There was the time that Kirk kissed Uhura, but I think that if I'm not mistaken, that was coerced out of them. They were forced to do that. But other than that, he fucking kept shit professional. I think even Dr. Marcus, who he had a child with, by accident, at least, I think even Dr. Marcus, she wasn't even... I think at the time she was a civilian of sort. I think she was a civilian scientist working for the Science Corps of the Federation. She was a civilian, and the Federation was sponsoring her work. Now, yeah. I hear there are scripts that out there where they bring Chris Pine's Kirk's father back because he's Chris Pine, and they want to cash in on that. I heard wind of that, and I find that fucking hilarious. I find it hilarious. Other than that, Star Trek, the reboot movies are fucking terrible. Terrible Star Trek. Fucking terrible. That's all I gotta say on the subject. I'm the Blood Knight of the Old Republic of Bloodganistan. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay frosty, stay sexy, San Diego. Get your jewels in one way you can. I'm a spaceman. Peace.